happen at TwitchCon?
A little bit.
Okay, so this is quite the headline, or the title. It's former porn star Adriana Chechik jumped into the Twitch ball pit and broke her back twice.
What? Twice?
It broke in 2 different spots.
That's not even the stuff I heard.
Oh my god! So yeah, she, a former porn star turned Twitch streamer. They were doing they had some event where it was like a King of the Hill thing.
Yeah.
And it was, you're both on this platform and you try to get knocked off or whatever. Something like that. And she wins her round or whatever it is and jumps in the pit. And the pit's 2 feet deep.
Oh no!
And they didn't fill the thing with enough firm padding, and it's a concrete floor.
Oh my god!
And so she jumps in, and then immediately lands on her tailbone, and immediately it has to be rushed to the hospital.
Oh my god! Did she know?
Well, she knew something was wrong.
Well, I mean, did she know the ball pit was only 2 feet deep?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. They signed waivers apparently. They signed waivers before the event started.
They were set up. How the fuck?
And then she tweeted. The only reason not that I follow her, but I saw that the article about it.
Yeah.
That she's yep, broke my back in 2 different spots.
Jesus Christ.
She broke the bottom part where her tailbone is, and then the middle part, part of the spinal area.
How the fuck did she jump into the ball pit ass first?
Well, it was a victory jump.
Get a better jumping strategy.
She landed pretty normally, but it's a very shallow ball pit.
So you don't dive in a 5-foot pool.
It was really tragic. Wait, so what was the news you heard?
I heard that it was dude, Dream SMP, the guy who did a face reveal, he was supposed to show up, didn't, but all the people that did show up to see him, filled the halls, no one could walk around because they were just, actively looking.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I know!
His face reveal was pretty underwhelming.
Indeed.
He's just some nerdy white guy.
Who kind of looks like Shane Dawson.
Yeah, unfortunately kind of does. The funny thing is, I saw a lot of other popular streamers trying to hype up his face reveal, and there was one from, it was either Valkyrie or Pokemon or something, and it was oh my god, he has anime eyes. And I'm no, he doesn't.
They set him up even more. Listen, they could have hyped him up.
That was their reaction to his face reveal. They didn't know ahead of time. They just they saw it and they're oh my god, he has anime eyes.
Oh my god.
And it's no, he doesn't.
Someone drew art, semi-realistic art of him, oh, what I imagine Dream looks like right before the face reveal. And they deleted the post.
Yeah, he's just some nerdy, skinny white dude. And apparently people want to cancel him because he lost a bunch of weight.
People just hate him because he's popular.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't really watch him, but that is why they hate him.
Yeah, neither do I, but since his blow up on TikTok, everyone went from hating him to then debunking all the hate in a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, flooding my damn FYP, and I didn't even watch the damn Dream SMP.
Yeah, I didn't watch the face reveal either. I just saw all the memes after the face reveal happened. And then I happened to stumble upon the original because someone shared it or whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, with that, welcome to episode 47 of You're Ridiculous.
Woo!
Woo woo! My name is Luke. I'm one of your hosts as always, and with me, I have Wolf.
Me!
What? What a good intro. Last week we talked about Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, episode 5 and 6.
We did.
We did indeed. And this week, it was a good episode, as always. I don't even have to say that. They already know.
Peak show.
That's right. Well, this week, we're going to be talking about Overwatch 2.
Ooh.
As well as, if we get that far, a secondary topic of Velma, the HBO show.
Double woo!
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode this week. We've been giving some longies out.
Yeah.
But we'll make room for it all. And we'll be ending the episode, as always, you already know, with a question of the week from Rain.
Classic.
So, Wolf, why don't we get right into it? Why don't you tell us about Overwatch 2 and all your experiences with it so far?
Overwatch 2, also known as Overwatch 1.5, because it's effectively
also
just
known as Overwatch the original.
Yeah! So...
Overwatch the PR stunt.
The mistake. Why the fuck did they release this? They would have been better off just doing a little cosmetic update to Overwatch 1 and just waiting to release Overwatch 2.
All right. So what actually happened?
So what actually happened is So Overwatch 2, they killed Overwatch 1, firstly. Gone forever. Shut down the servers.
Yeah.
And then Overwatch 2, their servers couldn't handle the load of the people who wanted to play. Somehow they didn't imagine what their fucking server load would be, somehow.
Yeah, which seems so like poorly planned.
The model, the new quote unquote new content, they did pretty much a remodel and a redesign of all the old characters, but they didn't reskin them. So the old game had skins, and they kept those skins. And instead of applying the new skin designs onto the new models, there is just a combination of old and new models in the game.
You know, surprisingly, a lot of MOBAs do that. Smite and League, well, I think League has started to fix that, but Smite does that as well. Smite like has updated several of their older designs from like 2012 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like don't update all the other skins. So it's like a classic one is like Sobek. They updated him, made him like look actually like a crocodile and not like a fucking abomination.
A weird duck thing.
Yeah, a weird duck thing. But they didn't update any of the other skins, so he just looked cool. So he's still just waddling around in his pirate costume.
Ridiculous! It just feels up!
So I'm not surprised that Overwatch has done the same thing.
Oh man. Oh, and there's a battle pass now.
Yeah, quite important one is from what I've heard.
Indeed. So all the new characters, they were locked behind the battle pass. But also, if you were a first-time user of Overwatch, like 80% of the characters are locked.
That seems so dreadful.
It's called like the first-time user experience, and my account was glitched for a bit, so I got to experience it. And it was hell. Like, I couldn't play any of the characters I knew how to play. Couldn't swap to like counterpick at all.
Oh my god.
Of the support characters, you only get Mercy and Moira.
Yeah.
And Moira is like the one character everyone else always picks. I was stuck playing fucking Mercy. The most boring healer in the roster.
Yeah.
So that was something.
I didn't realize they were gonna remodel all the characters.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. Most of the redesigns are fucking ugly. The
only one I've seen so far is the Junkrat, and that's because I made a tweet picking on you about him.
Yeah, was bitching about him.
And he looks like he took a shower.
He does. They cleaned him up. What was the point? He's supposed to be scrunkly and dirty.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I'm sure as more content gets released for Overwatch 2, it'll become apparent. But I've also heard not great things about the redesign. It seems pretty weird to me, considering I don't think anybody was like asking for this. You know?
They struck gold
for the redesign at least.
The original designs are perfect. It's like they took like their second choice and were like, okay, make that the new model.
Yeah, it feels like I'm guessing they wanted something more than just a relaunch of like Overwatch. They needed something to make it different than Overwatch 1. And so they decided to update all the characters. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. For the
worst. So I guess a good thing to talk about next is like, what are the main differences between Overwatch 1 and 2?
They added a game mode and they took a game mode away. Well, they took a lot of things away, but the main thing is they took a game mode. So there was a game mode called two capture point, 2 CP, where you capture 2 points, and they took it out because it was such an oppressive game mode to play. Because you basically had to have double hit scan, and it was hell because at the time in Overwatch 1 there were 6 people on the team and 2 of them were tanks, and so people would just run double shield, and you'd have to kill 2 shields, which was the equivalent of 2,500 health, before you could even attempt to break through.
That sounds not fun.
And then you'd have like 5 seconds to do something once those shields are down. Before they
if that's one of the main changes, that seems like a good change.
Indeed. Hey, but that is a change for the better.
Right. That seems like a good change. So what was the one they added?
They added Push the Robot.
Okay.
Which I was on the fence about at first. It could do with more, I guess, rounds. Because there's only 1 round, which in competitive, there's usually at least 2 rounds.
Okay, yep.
So it's weird when you're playing capture, Push the Robot. Basically, robot starts in the middle. Whoever is in control of it makes it progress forward. It progresses forward really slowly, but when it has to double back, it runs. So to get back to pushing the barrier.
Okay. That seems kind of weird.
Yeah, it works.
Kind of wonky.
They
nice.
One of their goals, I guess, was to make more dynamic gameplay, and the Push the Robot maps really achieve that because the maps themselves are really. They're not linear anymore. There's a lot. You can reach the path a dozen different ways. It's almost,
cool.
It's almost built like an actual city street.
Yeah.
I was walking.
Yeah, it sounds like an updated updated and redesigned tug of war almost.
Oh yeah.
Right, that you start the one objective starts in the middle and you try to get it to the other side.
Yeah. As you get closer to the enemy spawn point, they're spawning immediately, running out, panicking. It's so funny. You're standing, you're 5 feet away from the finish, and they're just busting out the door constantly, just throwing themselves on point to stall you.
Have you played it much?
Yeah. It's completely random which map you get when you queue into a game, but I've gotten it a handful of times.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
What's your assessment of the map or of the game mode?
It's good.
Is it better or worse than the current ones?
Definitely better.
Better. Okay.
They should do more Push the Robot maps. They probably didn't go all in on it because it's new.
Yeah, they're still testing it out.
Definitely, it's good. I like it because now that there's 1 tank, it makes the other maps harder for especially healers. Because now they have nowhere to hide. They have to... healer could get away with, just kind of hiding behind the tanks. But now they have to, actually move around. They need to maneuver. They need to, run around the map. Just as much as the DPS do now. Or else they're just going to get murked.
Yeah. And how are the, existing game modes? Were they updated at all?
No update to how they function, but they did add some new maps. I think 3 or 4 new maps.
Okay.
There's more pushing the payload. I think they're all push the payload maps because they got rid of double capture point. Which is it starts as King of the Hill and then it's an escort mission.
Okay, yeah. So, tell us, obviously, if you haven't figured it out by now, I don't play Overwatch. If that was not abundantly clear.
A whole Overwatch expose.
Yeah, and Wolfie obviously plays and has played quite a bit. Would you say it's your main game?
Yeah, probably.
That you obviously you have stuff like FNAF that comes out, you're always gonna play those and various other things. But if you're sitting down to game, is Overwatch the one you're gonna pick?
Pretty much. I've been playing it since maybe a year after release. Took a little break and now I'm back into it.
Oh, back in deep.
Indeed.
So, tell me, what was the point, if anything, of them closing down Overwatch 1 and making Overwatch 2? Why couldn't they just update Overwatch 1 with all this stuff?
Part of it is because they promised in Overwatch 2. They announced Overwatch 2 in like 2018.
Yeah, I think it was 2018 from what I remember.
Very, very prematurely.
Absolutely. So this game came out in 2014, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Overwatch 2 was supposed to be a different game entirely. It was supposed to be a PvE, like, lore-heavy story type thing.
Okay.
It's not that.
It's not that at all.
Not that.
Yeah.
They did add a bunch of, like, voice lines and interactions. There's a lot more interactions between the characters, which is nice. Funny to hear, always.
That's cool, yeah.
Because like I said, they struck gold with the initial character designs. They they look good. Their personalities are expansive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what has drawn most people into this game.
Yeah.
Because it's not like there's any lack of PvP games or MOBAs or anything like that. Those have existed in abundance and will continue to exist. And so I think what sets apart Overwatch is honestly the characters design, because there's not much else going for it. not saying it's a bad game or anything, but it's like, I mean, it's, you know, compare it to anything else, like, how does it differ? Just like any other game, you know, League or Smite, most of the differences come from the character design.
Yeah.
And I think Overwatch specifically, since there's such a low amount of them, they put probably double the amount of effort into them.
True. Most of it.
Obviously, Overwatch is younger than League or Smite or anything else of similar quality, or even like Valorant or all the other stuff that's come out. So there's obviously going to be less of them, but I think it does kind of show that they care quite a bit about their character design.
Yeah. And
that's like a key feature of the game.
Yeah. It's cared so much they made that little diversity algorithm.
Yeah, not the smartest decision they made.
Which people have been clowning on it lately, because there's 3 Japanese characters.
Okay.
And they all know each other, and they're all ninja.
The Ninja Alliance. Oh man, are they all the same like class in the game too?
Yeah, no. Well, 2 of them are DPS. Okay. And one of them, the new one, Kiriko, she's a healer, but just barely.
A healer, barely a healer ninja.
It's like they were designing a DPS and they went, shit, we need to make a healer.
We've already completed this part of the algorithm. We've already done it twice. Man. So I'm sure our listeners are dying to know, who are your like top 3 to 5 favorite characters to play?
Junkrat, Ana, Moira. I'll explain them in a second. May and Reaper.
Okay, so I think I actually know all of the. I know. Yeah, I think I know all of those characters.
Oh, perfect.
From like memory and stuff. So yeah.
Remembered them.
Explain like 3 of them.
Junkrat, he's like my main. If I was a one trick, that'd be my one trick.
Yeah.
He shoots he shoots grenades. He's both an easy character to play and a hard character to play, because he can't just like stand at a distance and just pump out damage. He bashes through shields. But when it comes to closer combat, you have to get good.
So low floor, high ceiling.
Yep.
I think those are like the most interesting types of characters for game design.
Yeah, he's fun.
And they're also the most welcoming for all types of players.
Indeed. But because of that, he gets shit on a lot in the community, so they nerf him because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll be working hard, doing my damage, and be like, you're a Junkrat, you didn't try, it was easy for you. I'm like, fuck you!
Yeah.
I'm doing work!
Well, stuff like that, I definitely agree, because for other games, when you watch a good player play a low floor, high ceiling, they make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people will say it's just because of the character. It's like, oh yeah, they're an easy character. It's like, well, you do all this stuff then, right? Like, if it's that easy, if this character's so easy, you do it.
You kill the tiny little tracer with your projectiles that have a 3-second delay.
Right, exactly. And so it's always funny, like, the gamer people always say, it's like, oh, you're just playing a crutch character. So yeah, the low floor, high ceiling characters always kind of get shit on a lot.
Yeah.
But I do think they're really interesting.
Yeah. The next character, Reaper, he's like edgelord supreme with a bunch of sass, dresses like a Grim Reaper. he wields,
shocker.
Yeah, he wields double shotguns.
Wait a second, you're telling me a character named Reaper dresses like a Reaper?
Yeah, I know.
A little on the nose, Overwatch.
He's like undead, technically, basically. Science version of undead.
Right.
His reload animation's always amusing to me because he just throws them on the ground, picks up
new ones, right? Yeah. I've seen that. That's pretty great.
He can be pretty OP, especially since he can kind of just walk up to people, shove the gun in their face, and blow their heads off, and they're gone. Most DPS gone in like 2-3 shots if you land them.
Incredible.
And then
that's great.
And then I guess I'll do a support. Ana, you know Ana. She's like the sniper healer.
I do, yeah.
And I guess Moira. She's like she's Mercy's foil. She does damage and she heals. She like shoots out magic balls. It's not magic, it's science, but it's magic.
Science. I mean, science is a kind of magic.
Yeah.
It's an educated magic.
Indeed, and then she like splashes piss on everyone to heal them. And then she's got her suck mechanic. Sucks the health out of people. You can splash more health out.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Moira. What a good name.
I know. She's Irish.
Oh. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
So, who is, in your opinion, and I can't wait for a backlash on this, the worst character in the game?
The worst character in the game.
For whatever reason.
Fucking Bastion.
I knew you were going to say that. I feel like that's the one I was thinking of, only because I feel like that's the one everyone complains about.
He's so bullshit. And now he can move when he's in turret form.
Yeah. That one seems like a mistake.
Indeed. Doomfist used to be bullshit, but they nerfed him.
Oh yeah, you told me about him.
He had a fucking literal 1-2 punch that would insta-kill you.
See, that seems awesome.
Aggravating as fuck. It'll be Ana healing in the back lines, and up and there's Doomfist up my ass. I get one chance to make the shot. Sometimes I even make the sleep dart shot, but he punches me anyways because I'm like a half a second too late, and then we're both just knocked out on the ground.
Did you ever get? I imagine you did, but you're playing a healer, and someone else on your team gets like one tap by Doomfist. Is there a chat in this?
There's voice chat and text chat.
Yeah, text and either one. Someone's gonna be like, "Healer didn't fucking heal me."
All the time. I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Healer, do your job.
I could shoot them full of healing anyways, but if he does the 1-2 punch, they're dead. It's like they don't understand.
Oh man,
you can tell there's a lot of new players lately because there's a character Zarya. Her thing is she'll put up a shield, and if you damage the shield, she gets stronger.
Okay.
And people are just firing into it. And then she's like supercharged, melting everyone, and they're like, what happened? What happened? How'd she do that? You fucking shot her.
They get one tap by it's like OP character, as if you didn't just feed her. Yeah, classic gamers, just no awareness.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I have a question that I've been saving for this.
Oh.
How does competitive Overwatch work? I don't know. Have you watched any of it?
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while, but you mean the league?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because the official teams, they're artificially made. They do have a effectively amateur level 2. I think it'd be called collegiate if it was a sport.
Sure. Yeah.
But the main official one, the teams are made by Blizzard pretty much. And there's maybe 8. And they technically represent different sectors of the world, the major cities in America and then Hong Kong and a couple other foreign countries.
Yeah.
But the rosters, the players, they're like almost 90% from Korea. Like they're importing them in to play for San Francisco.
That's where the gaming happens.
If they were like, why aren't they just pulling from San Francisco? Why are the teams location based if they're not really location based? Personally, I root for the Shanghai Dragons because I like their color scheme.
Oh yeah, classic.
Which was a shame because they lost a bunch. But then they made like the underdog comeback of the year.
Oh, nice. Everyone loves a good underdog story.
Yeah.
So how does the competitive Overwatch like games compare to an average, like if you just load up Overwatch and like play ranked or something? Because whenever I see Overwatch gameplay from a stream or have watched you before or whatever, it just seems like shoot like the person in front of me with little strategy. That's what it always looks like to me.
It can be that sometimes, but now at least in Overwatch 2, they buffed healing overall. So now, everyone, all the characters now, if you go enough seconds without getting damaged, your health will regenerate.
Okay.
I also think they upped the output of the healers too. So like you can like keep shooting someone, especially a tank, and they won't die. You have to so you need to go behind them, you need to get the healers, you need to separate people out.
Yeah.
Cause chaos if you have to.
Sure. Does targeting like certain roles come up really that often? Like if I'm a tank or whatever, is my job to like find one of the DPS characters and just annoy them and not let them do their job? Or is it like...
It depends which tank you're fighting against.
Sure.
Because if your tank is like an Orisa or a Reinhardt, then you need to be up there with the tank, effectively distracting them because it's unlikely you're going to kill them, while your DPS go past the tank so they can kill the other DPS and the healers. Okay.
So I guess a better way to form this question is, in competitive Overwatch, is positioning on the map and team strategy like a huge thing?
Oh, huge. It's huge in the game too, but you just don't see it as much.
More so positioning rather than team strategy, because that's obviously happening.
Yeah.
Positioning on the map, that's actually like a thing?
Yeah, it can be a game changer. Clearly haven't been able to see it for Overwatch 2 yet, so they haven't busted out the competitive, but at least in Overwatch 1. Positioning, weird flanks, exciting flanks, those are all over competitive. There's absolute god level plays from some Reinhardts. I was just watching one on TikTok while I was waiting for you, where a Reinhardt gets boosted up above onto the roofs, which he needs like a Lucio to do because he can't normally do that. Goes around, charges, gets behind the enemy teams and does his ultimate on them, wipes the whole team, and it's like amazing.
Surely that was a play of the game.
Oh, surely.
Last question. How many characters are there? There's like less than 40, right?
Yeah.
There's like maybe 30 35 or something.
Yeah,
somewhere around there. How many, and this is just sort of like a rough guess, do you think many of them are competitively viable? Does Blizzard try hard to make them all interchangeably and all like counter-pickable and useful in their own metas, or is it like the top 15 get played and that's basically it? It's more
the top 15 get played. Like there are metas. Overwatch had a lot of hard metas. There was the fucking Brigitte meta that killed the game, honestly.
Big sneeze.
It was a cough.
Oh, how was I supposed to know?
There was the Bastion meta because they gave him a buff and it was too much. So if you didn't have a Bastion, you lost. And like the meta characters, it was always like Mercy, Reinhardt, either Soldier or McCree, sometimes Reaper, Pharah, she's like an improved Junkrat because she can fly.
Oh, bullshit.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that surprising, most MOBAs, League and Smite especially have, and I'm assuming Valorant, though I don't really follow Valorant at all. So they all have their own meta, so I'm not that surprised. Would you say you could, assuming you knew how to actually play the characters, that you could walk into a medium high level ranked game and pick any character and do fine with them?
You could not. Absolutely not. You couldn't.
No?
No. It's funny. Overwatch is known particularly for balancing its game, and it's weighted more heavily to balancing it for Overwatch League, like the top competitors.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think it's hard for me to comment specifically on League, but I know for Smite, they definitely do weight heavily the results of the competitive, like the Smite League and stuff.
Yeah.
The SPL, Smite Pro League. They, obviously if someone gets like from a tournament or whatever, someone has close to, above 90% pick rate, they're probably going to nerf that character.
Yeah.
But it's not so much so that like, they're not going to nerf them in ways that will reduce their effectiveness in lower level gameplay. They'll reduce the stats or the abilities that's making them stronger for higher experienced players. And so I'm guessing Blizzard doesn't do that.
It does not. In fact, it does not. They rarely nerf their core characters, the meta characters. They are more likely to nerf an off-meta character.
They see one clip on TikTok of some guy going off with some off-meta terrible person.
Yeah, and they're like,
and just God.
Can't have him. Fucking Torbjorn, Mei, Junkrat, they all get nerfed constantly.
Oh, man.
Someone does slightly good with them. They're like, oh, no, we gotta shut it down. People are mad that the low-skill characters, quote-unquote, are doing good.
Well, I think it's definitely more interesting now that you hear stuff like that. Because I really like watching like competitive MOBAs and stuff like that. And so to find out that Overwatch is not just some like put my gun in the first person's face that I see, that's more interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably going to get more interesting because of the changes they made. Because Overwatch League quickly devolved into just like watching two shield battles.
But now they've changed that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. So, sort of wrapping things up here, would you say that Overwatch 2 as a whole is beneficial to Overwatch the Continuum, or is it a negative effect as a whole?
I think it's going to be a negative overall as a whole. Like, I'm enjoying it.
You think so?
I'm enjoying it, but it should have just been an Overwatch 1 update, and they should have just, apologized for the delay on Overwatch 2. Because apparently they're still working on that PvE part. They're just going to add it later as an update, which is ridiculous. What? You should have just updated Overwatch 1 and then released Overwatch 2, because they're clearly separate types of things. But whatever.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the lore finally. It's been 8 years. They made lore. They made lore. They had implicated lore through the interactions in the game, and then they released a series of comic/graphic novels. Well, comics.
Right, I knew that.
There was going to be a graphic novel, but I canceled it.
Oh, the fiends.
But now we're just waiting. We get scraps every now and then.
Spent all their time making that algorithm.
Yeah.
Well, for those listening, sometime soon, I'm sure you'll be able to watch Wolfie play Overwatch on stream.
That's true.
Once you get out of the tier that you're in.
Oh my god.
Because they reset everybody, right? The rank system?
They didn't reset it. They didn't do a hard reset. But everyone is getting placed significantly lower. So you're when I did my placements, I was definitely up against people who were high plat, which is bullshit. Because I don't stand a chance against that. I'll be honest.
So in Overwatch 1, what rank were you?
I was plat at some point, but after my break, I was gold silver range. Gold for tank and support, and I fell to silver for DPS. And then I did my placements, and it put me at the bottom of the barrel. And so now instead of just bronze, now there's like bronze 1 through 5, silver 1 through 5. And it put me at bronze 5 for both. I was
the fiends.
living. And I won all my placements.
Oh my god.
I was living.
Damn.
At least put me back in silver.
Yeah, a different algorithm than the one that we've been meaning about, but that one fucked you too.
I know.
Oh, is Overwatch crossplay on platforms, or is it specifically the rank system?
I think so.
Okay, so a ranked console player could match with a ranked PC player?
I think it's unlikely, but they can, and I think it's more likely for that to happen if you are queuing with if a PC and a console person are queuing together. Yeah. Then they'll be put into PC matches. And I saw apparently when you are in like a PC server match as a console player, it turns off aim assist.
Incredible.
You're just fucked. Speaking of aiming, they changed the aiming. But I think part of that I think part of that is what fucked me and what put me so low. Because clearly in the lead up to Overwatch 2, I was playing a bunch of Overwatch 1, and I'll say on Ana, most especially the healer sniper. Yep. My aim percentage was like ranging 50 to 70%. I got into Overwatch 2, booted up as Ana, and I couldn't hit anything. I was missing all my sleep darts. I couldn't even hit the tanks, and I swear to God, it's because the timing was different.
Could it have been that they reset your mouse sensitivities?
No, I went in and checked. I fixed it and everything, and I'm like, what's happening? Why can't I hit anyone?
Last question, and then we'll wrap up this topic. Do you think now, for those playing and want to get into it, is a good time to get into Overwatch 2, or do you think they should wait?
Yeah, probably sooner than later because of the first-time user experience. You don't want to be a year into the meta, and you can't play any characters except for, like, the 5.
Yeah, do they have a casual play, right?
Yeah, but even in quick play, they lock the characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They so it's not overwhelming, which is ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Like, just let people play whatever characters.
Do they have, like, a practice arena?
Sort of. They have, like, a practice versus AI, which isn't very good. They have custom matches, which you can do whatever you want. And they have, like, an arcade mode where, there's, like, a bunch of random game modes they come up with. And
are those, like, in a custom, are they still locked, or can you pick anybody?
I think in a custom, you can pick anybody.
But in all the other ones, you have to... You're stuck with whatever you have unlocked?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I don't even know the process of unlocking characters, because mine was glitched, so of course it wasn't working as intended in the first place. But I was scouring every menu, like, please, I just want to play Junkrat. I'll even pay the money. I was in the shop, like, I have to pay for them? I'll do it. I'll buy them.
You're also trying to figure out how to get old Junkrat too, right?
Yeah, he's an old character on his old skins. I'm like, please. I will give you more money. Just let me have them.
Yeah, I saw one pretty funny video that was... It's sort of unrelated to this, but it was someone, like, loading up Overwatch 2. Or it was in preparation for Overwatch 2, and they booted up Overwatch 1 while it was still open.
Yeah.
And all their loot boxes were open. There was like 1,200 or 1,300 loot boxes that they were just saving, and it opened all of them.
I won. He was devastated.
He was destroyed. He's like, what the fuck? Where are my boxes going? And he opens up the menu. He's like, we've opened them up because we're transitioning to Overwatch 2. He's like, dude, I was collecting them.
Ruined his collection.
Oh, man, that was brutal. That's so funny, though. So... Final thoughts on Overwatch 2. Are you having fun with it?
I'm having fun. I wish it was just Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
But I'll accept it. And then the changes, they are mostly for the good.
That's fair.
They fucked up a lot of things, but the good changes were good.
Wow, that's good.
Like how
if
you
have,
like how you couldn't play the game if you had a prepaid phone plan.
I did see that. That was obnoxious. That was just awful.
Or how they tried to encrypt. They apparently did extra encryption on the 3D models, so the porn artists couldn't use them. They cracked it in 4 days.
They did. They cracked it today. Listen, that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah. And it only happened faster because they challenged them. Like,
Right. Exactly. They made it a game for the encryption artists. They put a challenge out there. It's like, we're not going to let you have these. And they're just like, hold my beer.
Right. After they added all this ass to all the characters.
I did see that. Yeah. You sent one in particular.
I sent tracers. It's
Tracer.
huge. They just had a BBL.
Oh, man. Well, that's Overwatch 1. Or Overwatch 2, I guess.
Yeah, Overwatch 2.
Let us know all your thoughts and how you're dealing with the update on Twitter, YouTube comments, Instagram, anywhere. In the Discord, if you're in there.
Yeah.
We've been having some fun talks about Overwatch 2 in Wolf's Discord, so let us know. But I said it was going to be a shorter episode, but I lied.
So much to say about Overwatch.
I know. So much. Yeah, more than I thought. We're going to talk about next topic is Velma, the HBO show.
Yeah.
So have you heard much about this?
A little bit. I saw the redesigns. I saw people bitching about how Velma's a lesbian.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, the not much has been released. We know that this is essentially a Scooby-Doo spinoff called Velma, which it's an adult animated cartoon.
Yeah. I was relieved to find it was a cartoon, because when I heard about it, I thought it was going to be live action.
Yeah, I did too, actually. But they said it was going to be a cartoon targeted for adults that used to enjoy or that enjoyed Scooby-Doo growing up. They released the character redesigns, and yeah, like Wolf said, most people are flipping out that Velma has been turned canonically a lesbian,
which is funny because apparently it's always been like implied.
So she's in one of the cartoon shows. She had a thing for Shaggy in like one of the 2012 or 2016 cartoon shows, but for all the way back going from 2002, there was a movie or one of the TV shows, I forget exactly which one, that they wanted to make Velma a lesbian in the whole thing.
Ooh.
And so ever since then, a lot of people have thought, or a lot of the like the voice actors and the writers and everything had thought Velma to be a lesbian. Even still, that doesn't really change her character at all.
Yeah.
Which is funny that's why people are like bitching and crying.
I guess they were also
doesn't change anything.
They were definitely also bitching because she's like dark skinned too.
Yeah, she is
Southeast Asian. They were bitching about Shaggy being black.
Yep, Shaggy's black. He has dreads, dreadlocks sort of, and they changed his character name to Norval. Well, they didn't change his character name. This character's name is Norval, which is hilarious because like, why did they give Shaggy a new name? Shaggy's canonical name is Norval.
Yeah, fake fans.
Right, exactly. I love that when people are like, they changed Shaggy's name. It's like, no, they're using his actual name instead of his nickname.
Yeah.
His full name is Norval Rogers, and his nickname is Shaggy.
It's called that just because.
Right. So the reason I read the article about this with Mindy Kaling is the like producer and also a voice actress for Velma in this. And she said the reason they changed Shaggy's, they're not using Shaggy, they're using Norval, is to make this character stand out.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why they changed his character design. They wanted this character to stand out apart from Shaggy, who really was not a very deep character.
He eats.
Admittedly, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason, which I'm totally fine with. I don't care that they've changed his appearance, as long as the or the name for that matter, as long as the like essence of the character remains the same.
Yeah, it's got the same outfit, same vibe.
Yeah, and as long as they keep that for Daphne and Velma and Fred and all that, that's totally fine. I don't really care as long as you keep the essence of the character true. And that's what Minnie Kaling said about the redesign, is that nothing about the character, their definition of the character was them being white.
Yeah.
Right? Which is the reason for so much character change, which I think is great. If you haven't seen the designs, go ahead and look them up. Daphne is also Asian, played by an Asian voice actress now, and that's totally fine. She's like Asian American, I would say.
Yeah.
Her character design. The only one that basically remained the same is Fred, because according to Minnie Kaling, Fred's character design is based around him being a white guy.
Yeah.
That's his essence, right? He's just a white guy. So that's why he's the same and looks the most usual.
Fred and his fucking ascot. Who's wearing ascots in these time and days?
I know, right? The one thing I don't like so far, and I really don't like, is that Scooby is not in this show.
Oh, yeah.
They took Scooby out, and the reason for that makes sense, but I still don't like it. It's that what made Scooby-Doo the show or the movies a kid's show was having a talking cartoon dog.
I guess.
Besides the fact that they're not using adult language, right? Like,
yeah.
That was one of the main things, and so they have taken Scooby out. They have not said what happened to him, or if he's just not in it.
I mean, I guess based on dog ages, he would have just passed away from old age.
Most likely, they probably won't touch on. They might touch on that. I'm not sure. It is an adult show after all, so
what a ridiculous reasoning, because like big chunk of adult animated comedy these days have a fucking talking animal.
Right. Family Guy has Brian. Jake from Adventure Time.
Yeah. The bear from the Cleveland show.
Yeah, exactly. There's tons of animated talking cartoon animals.
Roger, he's an alien, but so is Scooby-Doo.
Well, they have Klaus, the fish.
Yep.
Right. And I think it would be hilarious to see Scooby in an adult version.
Yes.
Like
Scooby
being in
a super serious voice.
Right? Like something funny, something, they don't have to give him that, how he talks with like all the R's and everything?
Yeah.
Like if he just talked like Brian, that would be so funny. Or Brian or Klaus or whatever, like from all these other animated adult shows. Right, exactly. Like super sophisticated. Like if they had Scooby in the show voiced by like Patrick Stewart, with like an English accent, very proper, that would be hilarious.
Amazing.
I think it's actually a detriment to this show that they don't have Scooby in one way or another.
I know. Whack. Maybe we'll think about it in season 2.
Maybe, they absolutely could. Maybe they have plans in the future to bring him in somehow, and just not right now. But they said they said for the show, which presumably right now is just for season 1, will not include Scooby-Doo.
I see. It'd be real funny if they included Scrappy-Doo, but not Scooby-Doo.
Listen, we don't talk about Scrappy-Doo. The utmost mistake any studio has ever made is introducing Scrappy-Doo to anything.
Oh, man.
Terrible character. Good thing they killed him. Wait, did they kill him or did they just arrest him?
They arrested him.
The return of Scrappy-Doo. Oh, man. In the OG 70s cartoon movies, Scrappy-Doo was pretty cool.
Oh.
In the modern era, he's awful.
He's a freak.
He is a freak.
Not even really a puppy. He's just
no,
small.
He's like a chihuahua. He's like a chihuahua Rottweiler.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But that's gonna be streaming in 2023. The cast is actually really good.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna go into it right now because there's literally 30 plus celebrities that are listed.
Wow.
To be either main cast members or recurring guests. Right. So it's going to be insane. If we'll probably do an episode about it in 2023 when it comes out.
Naturally.
And we can talk about it then. But it is quite the cast of characters. So look forward to that if that's any interest to you. But Wolf, we have a question of the week from Rain.
We do indeed. You're on a boat, and it's sinking Titanic-style. There's a limited number of lifeboats, obviously, and you're not a priority to be put on one. What do you do?
Excellent question. So, have you thought about this before?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, well, why don't you go first then?
Alright. I am definitely getting my ass on a lifeboat. I am not a selfless person. I am not going down with the ship, and I don't give a fuck about your children. Fuck them kids. Listen, I'll be much more worthwhile if, like, something happens on the raft. What's a kid gonna do in, like, an emergency? They're just gonna starve. Exactly. Eat up food. So, since I'm not a priority, I clearly have to sneak on somehow. I think in the chaos, it wouldn't be too hard to sneak on. I'm thinking I knock out a crew worker, take their uniform, or just go find a uniform somewhere. And be like, oh, yes, I work here. I am a worker of the cruise ship. And I'll be, like, standing. I go to the front and start helping load the lifeboats. And then when I see my chance, I just hop on, lower it down without a word, and be on my way.
That's what I was going to say. Fuck. Same wavelength.
That's exactly.
All right. I got something else, though. That's a great plan. As I was saying, I was going to do the same thing. However, now I have to think of something different because I'm not going to cop out. So what I would do is, you know, those, they obviously have rich people on board, right? Yeah. And they're a priority. So I would first dress up as a crew member, right?
Yeah.
And go to one of the rooms where I know the rich people are.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I'm your escort to the lifeboats. The boat is sinking. And I would cut, once she opens the door, or whoever it is, one of the rich people, male or female, I don't care. I would then jump them, knock them out, steal their clothing, and then, you know, assume their identity and become a rich person.
You have to steal two outfits in this plan.
It's great because not only do I save myself because I become a priority, I am then rich.
Yeah.
Because I am then one of the rich, important people.
Take on their identity even after the shipwreck.
And I don't even need to provide much, identification to access my funds because it was so long ago.
True.
It's like, oh, you are who you say you are? Perfect.
No questions asked.
Right? Exactly. So that's what I would do.
Genius plans.
I know. We'll be on the same boat. I'll help you get on the boat. After like you help me and my rich person, my rich identity.
People ask
on the
questions.
Boat, I'm like, oh, you're coming with me. Yeah. And they can't say no because like, oh, I want this worker with me as my like assistant.
Yeah.
My personal rower. This one is much stronger than the other two, and I'll kick somebody else off.
I'm your emotional support worker.
They've been my like assistant all throughout the ship, and they deserve a place on my boat.
That's right.
Yeah.
We survived. These are geniuses.
That's right. What happens to Rain? What would she do?
Rain would attempt to sneak on, but get caught.
Rain would, Rain would just sit with the band and just like salute as they're going down.
Does she know how to play an instrument?
She was in band. in high school. She played the flute.
Grabs a stray flute, gets to playing.
A stray flute, because those are just like walking around the boat.
I think not all the band members would have stayed, I'm sure.
Oh, you don't think so? No honor among the band?
Nah. Always at least one coward.
Which one of the band members would leave from Love Handle? Because that was the group playing on the boat.
Oh. What?
Love Handle from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, really?
No! Yeah, the animated cartoon. They're on the
they're real. Aren't they real people?
No. It's a made-up band, you dummy.
No!
You look like a fool.
I've thought they were a real band this whole time.
No.
And it was just some kind of cameo.
Oh man, that's funny.
Tragic. It would definitely be the one who ran the hair salon.
Why?
Guys,
He's got to help out all the rich people in their wigs.
He's a pussy.
True. Listen, the side note, but the librarian, he made the freshest bop ever.
True.
The ain't got no rhythm or whatever. That's a banger.
He was the glue holding the band together.
Yeah. And Candace made the original simp.
True.
Squirrels in my pants.
I saw you and pea squirrels in my pants.
She's the original simp. Oh man.
Funny how that came first and then simp just came along.
I know, right? The cause of events is really weird. I didn't expect a Phineas and Ferb cameo in this episode, but here we are.
Iconic.
You never know when it might strike.
We should do a whole Phineas and Ferb episode.
Oh, absolutely. That's our 50th.
The Phineas and Ferb extravaganza.
We'll just record us like watching like all of Phineas and Ferb.
All of it.
And that'll be it. It'll be one like 43-hour recording.
God.
One long weekend.
Trapped
where
in
we just
Phineas and Ferb hell.
wake up, Twitter, fresh hell just dropped.
There's over 100 episodes. At least over 104. Because I remember that little fun fact.
Are there really?
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, I just looked it up. Guess a number.
200.
189.
Oh my god. And a movie.
They had a movie?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Better or worse than the SpongeBob movie? The original one.
Maybe the same level. Not enough singing.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Was there singing at all?
Yeah. It's a musical show.
Interesting. I see.
They don't sing every episode, but there's a lot of songs in Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, there are quite a bit. So, I just did the math, by the way. Would you like to guess how many hours in total it would take to watch 189 episodes?
Just straight? 50 hours.
63.
Ah, so close.
So get ready for that when we drop a 63-hour episode on YouTube.
God. 64, including the movie.
Oh, true. Oh, see, that's where I draw the line.
That's where you draw the line.
64 is just, the people wouldn't watch.
Too far.
They would turn it off after the 63rd hour.
We gotta extend it to 69. That'll keep them there.
Okay, well, yeah, now I'm back in. Now I'll do it.
We just include the snack breaks.
The Dr. Pepper top off.
Exactly. We stop for a mukbang in the middle.
What kind of mukbang are we getting?
Oh, that. I don't know. McDonald's mukbang. KFC mukbang.
We'll poll it on Twitter.
We just do all the fast food.
Oh, what's like the most West Coast fast food? Is it In-N-Out?
Am I West Coast? Yeah, probably In-N-Out.
Yeah, because we don't have that on the East Coast.
Either In-N-Out or Jack in the Box.
Not that I know of. Oh, Jack in the Box has got to be definitely one of them.
Because I know you guys don't have that either. Not really.
Yeah, that's like a... Yeah, do you have Carl? You have Carl's Jr., right?
Yep.
We don't have that either.
Oh. Well, don't you guys have it under a different name?
Well, Hardee's is like Midwest.
Ah, I see.
It's Hardee's / Carl's Jr., but those are like Southwest and Midwest sort of things.
Yeah, I see.
I think there's some like
sprinkled
Southeast, like maybe in Florida or something, but yeah, it's not like we don't have it in like New England or anything.
I don't have positive feelings about Carl's Jr.
Have you been to Hardee's?
I don't think so.
They're basically the same thing, but one is like
the same vibe.
Yeah.
I've only went once, and it was just strange experience.
Do you have Popeyes?
I have.
Yeah. Do you have it on the West Coast? I mean.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we've got all the chicken places.
Yeah. Well, so you also have what's the one that Rhett and Link like?
Bojangles?
Yeah,
I think we recently
Bojangles.
got Bojangles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have a Bojangles. That's like a southern thing.
I can't believe I remembered that. Out of all
I
the
know.
things.
Interesting. Well, we'll do a mukbang of that.
Oh, lovely.
Of all of it. All the fast food things.
We order one thing from each menu.
Yeah, we'll look at the menus and see what they all have in common. Like a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
We'll mukbang of the chicken sandwiches.
Red League style. Rate them.
Yeah. True.
Man, chicken sandwiches are kind of overrated. Like,
oh, absolutely.
It's literally just a slab of chicken, 1 or 2 pickles, and then why mayo? Why mayo?
Yeah.
I don't even get it with mayo. It's gross.
A sriracha ranch is really good on chicken sandwiches. The chicken sandwich comes down to two major things, right? How well is the chicken fried? And obviously it has to be good chicken, right? So how well is that made, the chicken patty itself? And then how good are the pickles that you're putting on?
Oh, definitely.
The pickles are important. I had a chicken sandwich. I went out last night to dinner with some family, and I ordered a spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
At a restaurant. And the entire sandwich was delicious, but the pickles were a disappointment, and it ruined my experience.
How do you fuck up pickles? They come pre-made.
Well, they were they were thick slices, but they had no dill flavor.
I blew it.
But they were supposed to be dill pickles, not like bread and butter or anything.
Pickle manufacturers fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Was that a roach?
It was. It was
Was
indeed.
It flying?
It wasn't flying, but it was large, and it just crawled up the top of the screen, saw me notice it, and then crawled back over.
That's wretched.
I know. Awful.
Well, I think that's a good place to cut it then.
Indeed.
Why don't you take it away?
I'm Wolf taking things away. If you like that, oh my god! If you like that episode, be sure to tune in next week. Hit that
None of this is getting cut
comment,
out.
and subscribe. You can follow us across the internet. The main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas at 7AngryWasp with an E. You can follow me at Rainbow Wolf without the W. We'll see you all next week. We'll hope to see you again. Say goodbye.
Wolf is standing up in their chair.
Oh my god, it came back for more! It came closer!
Bye! Bye!